it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boys than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boys than a Shawshank. I don't wear ball mains. All I ever do is ball main. I am not a rapper, they all lame. I am not dope, I'm hard. Wait, I can power up and level up at any moment. Spitting like a semi, only give me semicolon. Couple zeros like I'm sending yell nets. Every flow is unmatched and I better get set in. Finish them. Mess around with me and I diminish them all. Even if I ever did the minimum all. In the end result, I'm better killing them all. Rogue One, but I got a team with me. Batman when I got a team with me. I get mean, I get green. Show the whole game what's never been seen. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do.
Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the third leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They go with Chubb on second down. That one, a first down.
Up this magic with the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, daylight lights, camera action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. When up it's magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. my son, I love him for him, I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to...
And, Coach, we come at you from the shores of Lake Erie. EA Sports has the coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. And they're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Wait, set. Wide, 80. Hey, I'm coming. Shit. Watch the shit. No. Check that.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb, and he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Alert!
Chubb on the counter, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Hey, alert!
On 3rd down, Mayfield. He'll take a shot for the end zone. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Brady. This is caught by Antonio Brown. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run.
Diving for the end zone, and the ball's knocked out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Hey, orbit. Here we go. Mike 55. Hey, eat. Hey, that's good. King.
From the gun, Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
King. Real. No. My touch.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game, and you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. To throw is Brady. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl cornerback Denzel Ward.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
A give running right is Chubb. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Check 43. Rush in. Alert.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he's got some space here. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
So the loss of a yard, and now 2nd and 11 from the 24-yard line. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And now they face a 2nd and 6 after the penalty.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. Well, what do you think? Maybe got away with one? I mean, he's thrown 2 picks already. That looked pretty dangerous.
And it had a little hang time on it, so what he needs to do right now, hug it out a little bit with his guy, because he went up and made a play on the football and kept him from potentially throwing that 3rd interception. There's some trust in there. There's also some hope.
Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
2nd and 12 at the Browns' 42-yard line.
Wait, set. Wide, 22. My part 2.
On 2nd and 12, Brady. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
Good job.
Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. On play action, it's Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at about the 31. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
I'm going back to you. Say. Hey, alert. Regular.
They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Kill. Up. Hurry. Hatchet. Point it right. Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. Let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 50 yards for an offense that has not found the end zone yet. That's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. On 2nd and 12, Brady. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off inside the 10. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
To throw again on second down, Brady. And this is caught by Evans. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw, it's Brady. Ebron with it over the middle. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
First down, Pittsburgh.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Myles Garrett in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Hey, exit.
They fake the handoff. Now Brady. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one, much more like lead.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, 4 down. Slam.
Now a play fake, Brady. He's going deep for Brown. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Antonio Brown with touchdown number 12 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point put through by Boswell, and that'll make it 24-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Point it right.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run pass option. A quick throw to Ratley. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Hey, Steve 6. 52. He's coming. Run. He's coming.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
32-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
First down, Steelers.
Wait, that's 380. Watch the run. Hey, Alabama.
Brady now on first down. Got a man. It's Brown. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Antonio Brown with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead down to 10, 24-14. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Bring it
The
on.
Browns take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They run again on first down, Chubb. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2 at the 48-yard line.
From just shy of midfield, Mayfield, and finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
I'm here all day. Run. Mike 55, Mike 55. Kings. All day, baby, all day.
To throw, Mayfield. He's going to look deep for Moore. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he will take it out to the 25-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but, boy, he's playing really well.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Sugar.
Throwing now is Brady. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Mike Evans, as the first half is winding down, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point put through by Boswell, and that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
2nd and 7 at the 17-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, a run with counter. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. On 3rd down, it's Connor. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
The Browns drive about to get started. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Hey, alert 33. Alert 3.
They run it again with Chubb. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Chubb. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
That's right, baby. They don't want it.
That was 2nd down run for Murray. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
180. Watch the out. Watch the out. Watch switch. Watch the safety creep. Shoot.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Mike 55. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. He gets it away, and I think they'll smartly play keep away here from Brown.
Let's go,
Steelers over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, Delta. 58's the mic. Go 58's the mic. You're not ready. You're not ready.
Throwing again. Brady. He finds his target. It's Evans. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. On first and 10 is Connor. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And my goodness, another interception. It's Nick Perry with a pick. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Hey, box truck. Mike, 55. Check. Point it right. Hurry. Check. Wide.
Mayfield. Got an open man. It's Ratley.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They'll run here. It's Murray. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Not the result they were looking for there on 3rd down. They end up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show Mom that he gets to play in the game.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
You draw quarter.
To throw again. Brady. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. And we're back now here in Cleveland. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. And this will pin them back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Pistol. Hey! Slam!
A first down throw for Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
What has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Point it right. Swing.
Now Mayfield. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, I don't know if careless is the right word there, but bottom line, here in the fourth quarter tie game, you can't do that.
You sure can, Brandon, and not only do you give up the lead, now you've got to turn around, punt it away from your own 20 as well. So it's really a double whammy with time starting to become a factor.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
At the 22-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Play action. Now it's Brady. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Brandon Marshall able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. On play action, now Brady. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. The 4th touchdown pass of the game for Tom Brady. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
Partner, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. Baker Mayfield, as a rookie, 3 times he led the Browns back to victory in the 4th quarter. What can he do here in year number 2?
90 is a mic. King. 90 is a mic. Ain't no hurry. We taking wins home. Alert. One touch.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Let's go. Hey, alert, 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 alert.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Steven Nelson able to get a hand in coverage. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th quarter. It's going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard, realizing what can hurt us most? The deep shot. They played it well.
Bravo. Hurry, hurry. I'm here all day. Check safety, check safety. Check, check.
3rd and long for Mayfield. He's going to look deep for more. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
You better be ready. Don't be Kings. Check.
Now Mayfield on 4th down. It's caught. Beckham. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Seibert on for the PAT. And the lead is down to 2. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. And remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
From the 29, Brady, the attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. A run by Connor on first down, and a good one, as he'll get about 7 here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll try and run for it with Connor. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
They're not ready for this. They still playing sugar.
They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. On second down, Connor looking for space. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl cornerback Denzel Ward. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And now it's blocked. Now it's scooped up. And this is alive. The big fella. He's at the 50. 30, 20, 10, and all the way into the end zone, and that's 2 points. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Right back to Connor here on 1st. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Back to throw, Brady. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Mack Wilson in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. And on third down, the Browns going to go with a nickel set.
Alabama. Hey, Mike 52. Alpha.
Brady to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Hold. 50. Hey, shoot.
And that'll set them back 5. Brady not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it here on fourth.
Hey, wahoo!
And now again, the play clock's going to run out on him. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Brady going to go on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the Steelers' 27-yard line.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was Baker Mayfield who led the way. The #1 pick in 2018. He showed why he was so coveted.
And it was interesting because you remember headed into the draft in 2018, the projections on where Baker Mayfield was going to go, it varied. But rarely did anyone suggest he would go #1 overall. And he did. Showed exactly why. It's not just how he plays. It's not just his arm and his vision. It's the leadership. It's the toughness. It's the moxie that he exhibits. And his teammates just feed off of it.
So for Cleveland, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Yeah, I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no L's. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. 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 I'ma get it by myself. Yeah. Feel like Ginger from Casino. Aces up my sleeve though. Right before I leave, I said like I'm Dino. Think I'm part Italian. Blame it on Gino. Snowflake the medallion. The skin on cappuccino. I don't kiss and tell. Keep your distance from myself. At a genie with the snails in a 5-star hotel. And I wish he's well when they wish for me to fail. I might donate, pay their bills. They can't get it by they sell.
That's why you treat my men good, but not too good. I give them too much, then they don't need me. I give them just
yeah, I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no L's. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. 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 I'ma get it by myself. Yeah. I'ma get it either way. I don't even gotta say what I want when I want. They just put it on my plate. I could get it right away. Take you through my day to day. Wake and pray, make that play. Get some good at my place. There's some on the way. Cause my bros on the way. I got stones on my gold. I got loads in my safe. Had a 7-figure summer, so I'm putting on some weight. Set up getting thick, so I put it on display.
When it's right, I make a joke, everybody laughs. I know I'm funny, but I'm not that funny.
Yeah, I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no L's. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. 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 I'ma get it by myself, yeah.
Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boards than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boards than a Shawshank. I don't wear ball mains. All I ever do is ball main. I am not a rapper, they all lame. I am not dope, I'm hard. Wait, I can power up and level up at any moment. Spitting like a semi, only give me semicolon. Couple zeros like I'm sending yell nets. Every flow is unmatched and I better get set in. Finish them. Mess around with me and I diminish them all. Even if I ever did the minimum all. In the end result, I'm better killing them all. Rogue One, but I got a team with me. Batman when I got a team with me. I get mean, I get green. Show the whole game what's never been seen. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank.
Designer sneakers hurt my feet now. Every beat is getting beat down. Couldn't eat, well watch I eat now. Like how you getting paid to freestyle? Different cities every week now. Every woman is a now. What state prop you looking bleak now? I was home to sleep designing sheets now. 30 different missions. When I speak they listen. Couldn't find the social fishing. Who the crew? It wasn't you. I know it's true cause you look like the opposition. Run it up. Greatest ever sums it up. I ain't have a lot when I was coming up. Kinda made my stomach turn when I brung it up. Wait.
Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boys than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boys than a Shawshank.
It's lonely on top of the throne. I ain't a king of the pawn. Hop on a jet across the globe. I guess the road is my home and there's so many milk. Bird in my dome and like turbulent air. I'm switching these flows. If you look at my neck, boy, I'm letting it slow. I'm sturdy as hell, as a vessel alone. They showing me love in my city. Gangs ain't hippies. Women like Nick, you know what I'm about. I'm not. The stereotypes, they do not fit me. I'm bigger than life. Gave everyone jobs. I'm not a guard. Go hard with a squad. I'm playing my part, but I'm LeBron. Rings to the team, I feel Jackson and hard. The homie calling from a cell. A couple of homies be making it. I just want all of them dudes to the well. Not worry about taking a couple of L's. Don't sin for me, just win for me. Don't kill for me, just live for me. Keep it real for me. We eat together, leave the bill for me like. I give it.